Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your guy lindelbiz, and so I've decided to do a twist to my channel. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start to post informative stuff here. Alright, so I'm going to start doing like little bits and bits of tutorials on computer, given that that's my specialty. How to use some applications, how to learn about shortcuts, especially Microsoft Word. Persons use Microsoft Word every day, but they're not familiar with the shortcuts. So how to make your document, how to do your document faster, stuff like that. Excel, a little intro to Excel. I'm not so versed in Excel like I once was, but what I know, I share it with you guys. So yeah, you can look out for the educational content on my channel, so you can share that with your friends. For those doing human and social bio this year in CXC, I'll be doing a few topics on that also. So you can share it to the friends for them to watch, for them to probably miss something in class that they can grasp here. Who knows? I mean, can never learn too much. So I'll be doing that also. So yep. So I'll dive right in. So today, wrong one. Right. So today we'll be looking at the circulatory system. All right. And what we'll be looking at is how the blood flows through the body. So the objective of this lesson is to describe what is the blood, its structure, its function, how it operates. Alright, how does it move through the body, how does it reach where it's supposed to go, and all of that. What purpose does it serve? So word bank, words you need to know, especially when you're going to the exam. If you come across this topic, you need to know plasma. What is plasma? It's the liquid part of the blood. What is the serum? The serum is similar to the plasma, but does not have the clotting factor. So while the plasma helps with blood clotting, like when you get a cut, the serum doesn't. Alright. The platelets, these are the small fragments without nuclei. Alright, and the hemoglobin is a protein in the red blood cell that transports oxygen, carbon dioxide, and other nutrients, and it also transports waste. So in a nutshell, what we'll be covering, so in a nutshell, we will be looking at how the blood functions and how it flows. So the body requires blood to properly function, right? Why does it need blood? Because the blood provides the body oxygen and other nutrients which are essential, and it removes waste, toxic waste from the body. Now the blood is a tissue, and it's a collection of specialized cells that serve a particular function. So I mean, you might guess this on the multiple choice. What is a tissue? A tissue is a collection of specialized cells that serves a particular function. So let's dive right in. The blood is a bright red fluid that is pumped from the heart and is circulated throughout the body. Right? It consists of a suspension of special cells called plasma, as we would have covered earlier. Now, what is its functions? It carries oxygen and other nutrients to tissues, it carries enzymes and vitamins, and it also defends the body against disease organisms and against pathogens. So let's look at what makes up the blood. We have the plasma, we have the serum, we have the white red blood cell, and the white blood cell. I don't think we're going to go into all of that today, but we'll see. Now, in order for the blood to go throughout the body, it has to do it in what we call circulation. So it moves from the heart to where it's going and back to the heart. So it circles the body. Now in the heart, blood from now the heart is divided into 4 different chambers. Alright, so you have the right ventricle, the left ventricle, the right atrium, the left atrium. So let's look at what they do. So the blood from the right atrium enters into the right ventricle, and this is blood that is coming from the body. Right, when it contracts, it pushes the blood into the pulmonary arteries, and that forces it to the lungs. So pulmonary circulation now in essence is the movement of blood from the body, from the heart, the movement of blood from the heart to the lung and back to the heart. Now to note that veins carry deoxygenated blood, means that there's no oxygen in the blood generally, and the arteries they carry oxygenated blood, means that the blood has oxygen in it. No, and this will come as a trick question. The pulmonary artery is the only artery that carries deoxygenated blood. Alright, the pulmonary artery does not have any oxygen. Why is that? Because it's carrying the blood to the lung for oxygen. Right? So remember, key concept: arteries carries blood away from the heart, but the pulmonary artery wouldn't have any oxygen because it's carrying the used blood to the lung for oxygen. Alright, and now, so in a sense, now the pulmonary vein would carry oxygenated blood to the lung. Alright, so remember, pulmonary vein carries deoxygenated blood, and pulmonary artery carries pulmonary pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood, pulmonary artery deoxygenated blood. Alright, plasma, the liquid part of the blood, in which blood cells, white blood cells and platelets are suspended. Right, it contains 90% water and 10% of solutes. Right, solutes are things mixed up. Right, so these are in protein, glucose, clotting factor, mineral, iron, hormones, and carbon dioxide. Alright, its major functions to transport food nutrients to body cells. Alright, from the intestine, and transport waste out of the body from the kidney, and it contains proteins that helps to clot the blood. Alright, now systemic circulation. So first, the first circulation that we looked at was the pulmonary. Right, as see here, the pulmonary focuses on from the heart to the lung, back to the heart. Right, now the systemic focuses on how it goes around the entire body. Alright, so remember, systemic circulation deals with the body, and the other circulation deals with the lung. Alright, so systemic circulation, this is the movement of blood from the heart to the body and back to the heart. Right, in the heart, the blood moves from the left atrium into the left ventricle. Right, so it means that it will be coming from the lung, right, to the left atrium, and from there to the left ventricle. Remember these terms, guys. And then the left ventricle contracts, means that tightens, and forces the blood under high pressure into the aorta. Now the aorta is the main artery that carries blood away from the heart. Now it's key to note that it forces the blood under high pressure, because this blood now is going to go to the foot, to the toes, to the head. It's going to go to the every entire part of the body. So it needs that, that force to move off with. Alright, so that is key. Cool. Now let's look at the blood vessels. How does the blood moves from the big artery to reach to your fingertip? Now, arteries. So the artery is where the blood is the main tube that takes the blood from the heart to the different parts of our bodies. Alright, now it has thick muscular walls, right? It is thick, the wall is thick because it carries the blood under high pressure, so it needs that support. Alright, so remember that the walls are thick. Right, it contains no valves because it's not expecting for it to backflow. Alright, except for the semilunar valves in the pulmonary and aorta. Alright, so this is at the where it enters the heart. So right there, right where the vein not enters but exit. Right, so where the veins exit the heart, there will be a valve there, because we wouldn't want the blood after it leaves to do a backflow into the heart. Alright, and I would say it carries blood away from the heart. So remember, it carries blood away from the heart. Alright, carries oxygenated blood, except, as we've been saying, for the pulmonary artery, it carries deoxygenated blood. Alright, now the artery has to reach to every single part of the body, or the blood rather. So the artery branches off into tiny vessels called arterioles. Alright, and then the arterioles now, from that the blood needs to reach to the cells in the different body organs. So the arterioles branches off into capillaries. Alright, and the capillaries is at this level that we would call it handshake, or passover takes place. Right, so this is where you would have the swapping of the oxygen and and where the blood cells pass over to the vein to go back upstream to the heart. So what have you learned so far about the arteries? The arteries carries blood away from the heart. It have thick muscular walls. It branches off into arterioles and then into capillaries. We need to remember that. The veins, structure and function. It transfers or transport blood under lower pressure than the arteries. Why is that? Because it's just flowing back to the heart. It's in no hurry to get there. It has thin walls and thin layers because obviously it's not operating under pressure, so it doesn't need that thick wall. It transfers blood toward the heart. Okay, so the vein carries blood towards the heart. It carries deoxygenated blood because it's carrying the used blood to the heart, except the pulmonary vein. Right, pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood because it's carrying the blood to the heart from the lung, and the lung would have given it oxygen. Right, the vein branches into smaller vessels called venules, and venules drains from capillaries into veins. Alright, or no, the venules would have drained, the capillaries would have drained into the venules. Alright, capillaries, structure and function. Tiny blood vessels with very thin walls. It's only one cell thick for easy exchange of materials between capillary and surrounding tissues. As we say, handshake. It removes waste from surrounding cells and is responsible for exchange of oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, salt, nutrients between blood cells, and all those little things. So the little man is where, it's like you have a highway. Alright, and it will branch off to a main road, and then the main road now branch off to the different communities where, you know, people get on and off, all right. So let's look at this graphic here. So you can do some annotation here. All right, so this is the artery. All right, now it's red, signifying that it has oxygen, and the vein is blue, signifying that there is no oxygen in the vein. And now, as we can see here, it's thicker. The artery is thicker. Why? As I said, because it carries blood under high pressure. The vein is thin, or it's not as thick as the artery because it doesn't carry blood under high pressure. All right, now scoot over here to the image of the heart, and I will try to make some lines here. Now this is the vena cava. All right, the vena cava. This is where the deoxygenated blood enters the heart from the body, right? So the upper body and the lower body, the super vena cava, right? The blood goes here into the right atrium. It leaves the right atrium into the right ventricle, and then it goes out to the pulmonary artery, which would carry it to the veins, to the lungs. All right, now the lungs here, so this would be going to the lungs, this will be coming from the lungs. All right, from the lungs, which would have oxygen in it. So it enters here, left ventricle, then it goes, the left atrium, then it goes to the left ventricle, and then, as you can see, the aorta, which is a super vein, a big vein, it goes and it branches off and it pushes the blood outward. All right, so that's it for the arteries and the veins. So to conclude, remember the circulatory system is responsible for carrying blood and nutrients to and from the heart, all right, including oxygen. All right, there are two types of circulatory system: the pulmonary, which would refer to as the lungs, and the systematic, which would refer to as the blood vessels, including the vein and the artery. All right, and right, so I've covered that the pulmonary occurs between the heart and the lung, and systematic occurs between the heart and the rest of the body. All right, guys, so I hope you find this video informative. If you like to see more topics covered, you can drop it in the comment section below, or drop it in the comment section below. And to see more videos, like, share, subscribe, spread the word, and tell a friend. And I promise that the next video will have more content and will be better. Thank you for tuning in. Peace out.